passionate? Call BAM. Locally founded and owned, BAM has years of local basement waterproofing experience, backed by the best lifetime warranty you can find. When you're in a jam, call BAM.
For December, get 10% off all interior work.
For the best waterproofing with no high pressure tricks, call 963-0226. Whenever you're in a jam, call BAM. BAM. Basements and Masons. BAM. Basements and Masons.
The following show on 102.1 FM and 1350 ESPN Des Moines is paid for by Tradition TV LLC. KRNT Des Moines is 102.1 FM and 1350 ESPN. Des Moines Radio Group Station. Whenever you're ready.
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan, brought to you in part by good friends out at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage. Hope everybody is having a great Saturday all across the good U.S. of A. I know I am. I know Andrew is. I hope you are as well. Well, good morning to everybody watching on Facebook Live, brought to you by the fine folks at Imperial RV on the live stream. We always appreciate Denise and Zach. They do a great job out there. Just stopped by there and got a hug from Denise yesterday or the day before. We got a lot to talk about here in the next 2 hours. We're going to have Skip from Gearhead Archery on out of Wisconsin. Skip's always. Let me move channels here real quick. I'm hearing static. There we go. Check 1, 2, 3. Check. There we go. Morning, Richard. Gearhead Archery is it's a newer bow company that's been out, but Skippy and I have been buddies for a long time, and we're going to visit with him about Gearhead. Dr. Don's going to be in at 8 o'clock. We're going to do a holiday check-in with Dr. Don. We're going to talk about the end of shotgun season. Sunday's it, and then we're going to get into the late season mode, and in between there, we'll talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. So we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about for the next 2 hours. Show's brought to you in part by our good friends out at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage. If you need a place to go put your camper, your trailer, your boats while you're not using it, go down to Carlisle. You can get a 12 by 50 assigned spot, secure gates 24/7. They got security cameras on both the gates. You can make an appointment to fill out your application and pick your spot. If you pay for 1 month free if you pay for the year, so you're paying for 11 months instead of 12. Just give Tracy, Dick, or Danielle a call at 515-822-1362, 515-822-1362, and they'll take great care of you. I keep my stuff down here. They do a great job. They really do. All right, let's head over to the phones and say hi to our friend Skippy in Wisconsin. Good morning, Skippy.
Good morning, Outdoor Dan.
Yeah, it's outdoors, Dan. How long we known each other?
Almost 20 years, actually.
Yeah.
I think we're getting close.
Well, you should know to throw the S on there.
Oh, yeah, the S. There's always an S in Outdoors, Dan. Ooh.
He's very sentimental about that S.
Yeah, there's more to me to love.
Well, there's more than just outdoors. There's outdoors.
That's right.
All right, are you ready for Christmas? What's going on in Iowa? There's not going to be a white Christmas, probably.
We need a white Christmas. We need some cold weather. This 50-degree weather has just been horrible.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people fishing still and saying, shut up, Dan. And I know there's people that don't want to shovel their driveways and stuff, but for late season deer hunting, we need some colder temperatures, get them on their feet earlier, and snow is always nice because it pushes them on the food, and it'd be nice to get at least one more shot at the deer before the end of the year.
That is true. We've got the same problem here in Wisconsin. There's a lot of people that all the deer, mostly all the movement's nocturnal, and no one's really seeing a whole lot during the daylight. So
yeah. Richard says horrible for us ice fishermen too. Richard, you're going to probably have to go up north. I know up in northern Minnesota they've got 6-7 inches of ice already. So you might, Jeff. It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That is for true. Good morning, Aaron. Good to see you. So Gearhead Archery, man. You guys are jamming. How long have you been the official owner? You and your beautiful wife?
We bought it last October, so I was actually one of the founding members of Gearhead. We started back in 2008, which is that's some time too. But our initial plan was just Paul and I, and we were just trying to develop technologies that we could sell to other boat companies, in which we did do some of that. But then this was a boat that just shot too good, and we like, you know what? Let's just roll the dice and go for it. So we actually started selling to the boat shops and the general public in 2015. So we're actually in year 9 right now. So, but my wife and I, we've owned it for a little bit over a year now.
Yeah. How do you like being an owner?
All you do is work. I didn't even hunt this year. It's like be careful what you wish, because I mean it's your whole life. I mean, last night I was there to midnight working on accounting, and I'm going back after the radio show to do inventory control. So I mean, it's just like you wear a lot of the hats, and you're just pounding it, and a lot of times I'm living through my customers. One thing that's happened a lot this year, which I love, is FaceTime, where someone will shoot a deer and they'll FaceTime me, and they'll include me on the recovery, and it's really kind of cool thing to do. You're actually walking down the trail with people, looking at blood, and all of a sudden, hey, there's the deer. It's really kind of fun.
We were talking about that in October. You and I, when we last talked. Morning, Richard. Good morning, Tony. Has anyone heard if they are going to have a lottery for the high power? I have no idea, Aaron. Working morning, Dan. I like my propane bill. He likes his propane. Yeah, I know you do, Tony. It's been warm. You don't have a propane bill. Good morning, Richard, up in the Northeast. So, when you and I started talking in October, people started doing that. Yeah, I mean, you weren't even doing a contest or anything. It was just what the gearheads were sending you, right?
Yeah, and then we made it into a little contest that we called the Dodo Buck. So people that shoot does, with people within the field staff, they can win this little trophy that I've developed. And there's points that they can earn for shooting a doe. So like if just shooting a doe, they get points. If they include me in FaceTime, they get points. If they do an amazing field photo, they get points. And right now we got a Justin Jackson out of Illinois, Central Illinois, Paris. He's just running away with it. He's just like, I think he shot like 5 does, and but the thing is, he's in a location that they have a lot of deer. There's some people that's on the field staff and that they don't have the opportunities that others. I mean, we even have a couple people from Finland, and I think they're only allowed to shoot a deer or two, so they don't really have the multiple opportunities that we do here in the States.
I didn't know you made a crossbow.
Yeah, we make a couple, like 3 different models of crossbows and 3 different weight sizes, so you can get a 75, 90, and 125. I don't push them very hard just because I'm also a member of Pope and Young, and I measure for Pope and Young, and we all know the stance of Pope and Young and crossbows, but they do have their place. We have a few people that are disabled, and they wouldn't be able to go to the woods without the use of a crossbow. And as we get older, we don't know how long our shoulders are going to hold up either, Dan.
Well, that's what I was going to, I've been bow hunting almost 36, 37 years. And I have to admit, I was a crossbow snob when I first started hunting and stuff. And I said, I'll never do that. And as I'm approaching 60 next year, my stances on crossbows have changed, because I've had shoulder surgery on my left shoulder already. And I've had numerous friends that just can't pull their vertical bows back anymore. And it's like, I want those guys to still be able to go hunt. And I think if you're hunting ethically and legally, that's all that matters. I don't care what you're shooting. So I've really softened my stance or changed my position on that. I think the main thing is we want to keep people hunting and fishing as long as we can.
Right. I had
Morning, Dave Jones. My taxidermist is watching.
We love taxidermists. I had a high school mentor. He's 20 years older than I, and he used to have an archery shop in our hometown called the Rut Hut when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And he called me this year, and I always measure his Pope and Young deer. I mean, every year he seems to kill one, and then he had some shoulder issues, and him and his wife came to the shop, and his wife's like, he's like, he needs a crossbow. I need to get him out of the house. He can't pull his vertical bow anymore. And getting him a crossbow and that, he's not depressed anymore. He's not moping around the house, because he's approaching 80, and he's just, that's what he does. And his wife's like, he's like, Skip, you just changed him. He's back to the old Keith that we love, because he was just like, I can't go hunting, but the crossbow got him there, so he's good again.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, which bow do you shoot?
I shoot the Carbon T24 for pretty much all of my hunting, and that it's 3.1 pounds. It's 24 inches axle to axle. I have a 29-inch draw. I have it at 70 pounds. So even though I'm approaching 60, I am still shooting 70. I don't know how much longer I can hold that weight, but right now I'm shooting 70. But for most of my Western adventures and that, I like it because it's just less weight to pack in, and it's just even though I haven't hunted this year, that was kind of my go-to in Colorado and Montana and Wyoming. Yeah.
Good morning, B-Man, up there in Virginia. So you're shooting the Carbon. So like someone that has a 28.5 inch draw. Now, tell everybody about Gearhead real quick. How do you just set up these bows? If you haven't seen a Gearhead bow, I'm just going to tell you something. They're radically different looking than other bows that you probably have ever looked at. They're totally different.
Correct.
Yeah, and explain why is Gearhead different than the other bows out there?
It's basically our riser. I mean, we have vertical plates connected with horizontal members, makes a shoot-to riser design, and it's both right or left-handed, which is kind of unique for the left-handed people because a lot of times their bows are a special order, or and once they have one, they're kind of stuck with it, where this kind of can be flipped around right or left-handed. But it's the structure of our riser. It's a bridge-type riser. It's built for strength, and the stiffer and stronger you make a riser, the more energy that goes into your arrow. And it's got some real mechanical advantages with that. And then we made it where we like small, compact, lightweight. So most companies start with a really long bow and they go shorter. We actually started with the smallest bow we could make, and we've gone bigger. So our first entry into the market was an 18.5-inch axle to axle bow, but now we go all the way up to a 40-inch axle bow for like target shooters and stuff like that. So we basically cover all aspects of the type of archery that you want to shoot.
So when someone's a 28.5-inch draw and they order a Gearhead, it's set at 28.5, right?
So if you're 28.5, I think every model would fit that demographic. I mean, you can even our smallest bow will go 28.5. If you're 29 or 30,
you need longer axle.
Yeah, you're gonna probably have to go to 24 on that. But then you get some people that are really tall or basketball players with super long arms. We can get to 32, 33 in a 30-inch, or I can put a number 6 cam on a 24. I can get you to like 31 if you really want to go compact.
Wow.
Compact's been kind of good for us with the tree saddle resurgence and stuff like that. I mean, they like those
small bows.
Yeah, smaller bows just for the maneuverability and things like that. And even if you think of ground line, if you have a smaller bow, I mean, it's just like, how many times have I been out west to have an antelope hunter draw back on an antelope, and it's all good when they're coming in, but as the antelope comes closer, they start creeping up, and at the shot, at the water hole or wherever, they hit the top of their blind.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a miss. It's a whiff.
Top of the window.
Yeah, the top of the window. It's just like, I mean, if our bows, you can almost stick them out the window.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I hit the rod once, and out there at Mike and Esther's place.
There you go.
Trophies Plus. Yeah, I had big. There was what did I call that antelope? This thing was just an ornery buck. He would run all the other bucks off, and I named him something. I can't remember what I named him because it was so long ago. But
Dan?
Huh?
Did you name him Dan?
No, I called him something else. Skippy, you were out there then. Do you remember what I called that? Because I messed up on him. I didn't get him.
The one that I always, all the guides had names, was one we called Teflon, because he was like the Teflon Don. I mean, you could not get on that goat. And then I was the lucky guide that actually got a hunter on him, and we killed him. It took us 3 days just to target that particular buck, but he messed up one day. He bedded in a spot where he was positioned for a good stalk. But,
yeah.
I mean, but yeah. So even the guides run into certain animals out there where they name them, and then it's like if Mike sends us to this ranch or that ranch, we'll be like, oh man, are you gonna go for Teflon? It's like, yeah, I'm going for Teflon. You know,
I think I called him Hank. 'Cause,
Hank?
yeah, but I hit the rod on the blind and I went in front of the shoulder. It was a bad wheel around. I felt so bad about that, but he lived. He was out there for a couple years, so. Yeah, I've had that happen before where I hit the rod in the stupid blind because wasn't watching my bow window. You know. Yeah.
The antelope population have come back. I mean, they were down there for a few years, you know, but now they seem to have good numbers again out there in the southeastern Montana and southeastern
Well, I'm sure Hank's.
Wyoming.
Yeah, Hank's long gone because that was 20 years ago that happened.
Yeah.
So.
But in the other parts of Wyoming, they got decimated last year with the winter. Their antelope.
Yeah, winter mortality.
Crashed.
Yeah, and then they had EHD issues really bad. They've had their fair share of problems down there. Morning, Patrick. Good morning, Scott in Oklahoma. Good to see you. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So what's your let-off situation? So well, first of all, let me go back to the draw length. Now, once they buy a gearhead, is there any adjustability there, or they have to take it to a dealer, or what's the deal?
Well, we have two different cam systems. Like, we do have a draw length specific cam, but then a lot of times in the same platform, we also have the rotational module.
Oh, you do have mods now.
Yeah, so basically that bow will adjust in draw length of around 4 inches in half-inch increments, and then it also has two let-off ways. I mean, you have a string stop and a limb stop. So, like, on the rotational module, you actually have a string stop, so it can't lock up at full draw, and it gives you the maximum let off, which is it's right around 90%. And then you can also have a limb stop where you can position that in 26 different locations to give you, you know, the let off that you want to hold that on a limb stop that gives you a super solid back wall. So you have two different options on your let off. And typically, what I like to do is I like to have my limb stop just before my string stop, so it gives me a super solid back wall, and it gives me probably 80 to 85% let off. I usually like to call it holding weight. I like my holding weight to be around 9 to 10 pounds. So
yeah.
Like if I'm pulling 70, I want to be holding about 9 to 10 pounds. For some turkey setups, I've got the holding weight down to 2 pounds. So like if I'm sitting there, like not in a blind, and the turkey comes into a field, I can actually draw the bow early, knowing that I can hold it forever.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know. So then when the turkey gets in tight, I don't have to worry about movement to get on him to kill him.
Well, I know they're accurate because Mark Wagner, Archery Field and Sports, we work with Mark here on the show, and Mark shoots your bows and when he goes and shoots indoor competition, he shoots gearhead.
He does. I think we get third at. You got second or third that one year at Vegas in the bow hunter class. That was the year we swept the whole podium at the bow hunter class at Vegas.
Yeah, that's all.
I mean that was kind of the there's 300 people participating, and we only had like 8 or 9 people shooting gearhead. We ended up sweeping the podium, so that kind of tells you a little bit about the capabilities of the bow.
So what about? Can you adjust the poundage on them?
We have 2 different models of that too. We have the T series, which is non-adjustable, but then we have the disruptors in the B series where you can adjust it 17 pounds within the limb pocket. But then another neat thing about our cams is it's got 3 different string posts, so you can actually set what you want the draw cycle to feel like. So like, let's say I'm in the B setting and it peaks at 60, so it basically would go 40, 45 to 60. But then if you want a little bit more weight, you can put it in the C post that's going to bump it to 65, or you can go to the A post, which is going to dump it down to 55 for peak weights. You still have 15 pounds of weight adjustment within it. So typically you get 15 and you're 5'5", you got about 25 pounds of weight adjustment within that bow.
So you do it with the string, not the limb pocket?
No, you have 17 pounds of adjustment in the limb pocket.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But you can also move to a different string post, and you can bump down the weight. But it also changes the draw cycle. So like in the B post, it's a good balance of your peak is kind of in the middle of your draw cycle. Where if you go to the C post, your you're building all your weight up front. Your cam is under rotated, so you're building all that weight up front, and it's a different feel. Some people love it, some people don't. That's the thing about archery. Everyone likes something different. There's no one size fits all. We all gravitate to this or we all gravitate to that. It's a personal type thing when you're setting up your bow.
Yeah, on your shorter axle, B-Man says, does that put your peep sight in a bad angle on a very short axle bow?
On a short axle bow, it puts your peep a little bit farther away from your eye, and that's kind of what limited us on an 18-inch bow. Is that was the smallest we could go without the peep ending up in your string track on the cam.
Right.
But I always look at it from the standpoint of an open sight rifle, like a Winchester 30-30. Your peep is farther from your eye. It actually makes you focus, smaller. If the peep's right up against your eye, you get to see all this stuff around it. Where if it's actually farther out, like I said, it's like an open sight on a 30-30. I mean, you literally. I found myself a lot more accurate with my peep farther away than up close because it allows me to pinpoint my sight a little bit closer.
How does that affect you in low light?
Low light, I like to go for a bigger aperture, but yeah, when you get in a low light situation with all peeps, it gets a little bit harder.
Dirk's, do you know Dirk Stark?
I know that Dirk's guy, man.
Yeah.
He's a character. Is he commenting? Is Dirk's commenting?
Yeah, he says, "Hey, buddy, even on vacation, I got to listen in." I love Dirk. Dirkster. He's something else. I love that boy. I love his office setup. He's so I'll tell you what, I really appreciate Dirk a lot and Pam over at Flex Fletch. I switched over Skipper Doodle. He says, "Hi, Skipper Doodle."
I also have their veins on my arrows, but the manufacturer that I buy them from, it's a standard on their arrows, and I really like them, especially on our. You talked about our crossbows. Our crossbows shoot arrows. We don't shoot bolts, so they literally lock on just like a regular arrow, and those are the veins we carry in the shop on our arrows. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can't beat them. I love those Silent Nights. I've been hunting with them all year, and they fly great. They reform that slick-draw compound they have. I mean, you go through a target or an animal, the vein comes right back.
Sure.
Yeah, it just they're just good. They're good veins. They're made in Minnesota.
Yeah, how can you not like someone called Dirk? I mean, come on. I mean, hey, Dirk.
Dirkster.
Yeah.
The Dirkster. No, he's good.
And Skipper Doodle.
Yeah,
what a combo.
I'm telling you, he's a good guy. I really enjoy it when I get a chance to talk with him. And Pam Turner's, what a really nice lady over there at Flex Fletch. And I love the zing, man. Oh, Darren Christenberry was getting on my case the other day because I was showing people my arrows. He goes, "How much glue are you using on your veins, man?" He goes, "Look at all that Access glue." I said, "Hey, I can't hardly see the glue when I put them on anymore." I said, I'll start dotting them and taking a Q-tip post and, get in. He goes, "Yeah, that would help." He goes, "You got too much glue on there." He goes, "I don't know how they stick." I said, "You know why they stick, Darren? Because I'm zinging it, buddy. I'm using that zing from Flex Fletch. That's why."
Maybe you should just tell Darren the next dozen he can fletch them for you.
Yeah. Are you kidding? That guy is so meticulous about stuff. I'd be afraid to do that. Skippy, hang on. I got to take a real quick break. We're visiting with our buddy Skip at Gearhead Archery. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. Good to see you, Dirk.
Do you love hearing that old Tom sound off while you're in the field? Well, then you need to check out Live Action Decoys. Hey guys, it's Outdoor Dan here. Live Action Decoys are one of the most realistic decoy systems you can deploy while you're in the field turkey hunting. Wade and Teresa Goddard start with a Dave Smith gobbler decoy and then apply their patented system that allows you to raise your decoy's tail fan up and down, move it side to side, and
Morning, David.
Up and back while it's on the
There you go, B-Man.
Live Action Decoys are so amazing.
Morning, Brant.
We're gonna fool even the weariest old boss Tom you got running around your woods.
Yeah, that rain, man.
Made right here in the good old US of A.
Brant's going pheasant hunting. Good luck, buddy.
Live Action Decoys. Please check them out on Facebook or call them at 815-674-1626. Take it from me, Outdoors Dan. They're going to help you be more successful in the field this year.
Tacticam has launched the best-in-class cellular trail camera, the #1 selling action camera in the industry. The new Reveal by Tacticam will change the way you scout forever. Not only is it one of the easiest to set up, but the most affordable.
What's everybody doing this weekend? Last weekend for deer season for shotgun in Iowa. Tomorrow's it, and we go to late season. Morning, Mark Parker. Mark Parker. That's my Bigfoot buddy. Justin Jackson. Did you get your vest? Yes, I did, Dirk. I haven't messed with it yet, but I did get it. It's downstairs on my desk to go through. Thank you. Oh, muzzleloader started out there. Where you at, B-Man? Virginia? That's good. You know, YouTube flagged, I played Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they flagged it the other day. So, like, give me a break, man.
Hi guys, Jackie Bushman here with Buckmasters. When it comes to
Morning, Pete.
seed and deer feed, the Mississippi-based Backwoods Attractions product line has you covered. From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre, Lazy Acre, Clover Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6, to their attractants like Game Changer, Sweet Stuff, and Buck Robber. The best way to put it is, if you're not using Backwoods Attraction products, you better hope your neighbor isn't either. From small to large acreage, Backwoods Attraction has the feed and seed perfect for your hunting property. So do yourself a favor and swing by and support your local co-op or farm supply store and ask for Backwoods Attraction to set yourself up for a successful fall.
Hey, are you in the market for a new RV this year? Here's a place to help you start looking for that new travel partner for your next vacation or outdoor adventure. Head on over to the friendly folks at Imperial RV Center in Ankeny. Imperial RV has been serving Iowa camping enthusiasts for 50 years.
I got a lot of popcorn today. I got a really nice Christmas tin. Early at Lotta Pop. I stopped by Lotta Pop. Got some popcorn for me and Raven. And look at that. Boy, I tell you, growing in Iowa, caramel corn, kettle corn, and a Christmas blend. Look at that. Someone's going to win that today. Boy, you should smell that. That smells so good.
Monday through Saturday, located at 1727 South Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa. Please call them at 515-964-1424 or check them out online at ImperialRVCenter.com. That's ImperialRVCenter.com.
Oh, Justin Jackson shoots Gearhead. There you go, David. Thank you.
They're one of America's favorite fish to go after. Whether you call them old polder trout or slab,
Got you, Dave. Justin says, I live the Gearhead life. That's awesome.
whether you dip, troll, or cast for them, PureCrappie.com has the baits, tackle, and apparel every crappie angler will appreciate. So before you head to your favorite fishing hole, head on over to PureCrappie.com. That's PureCrappie.com. They will help you catch more fish.
Trails are not always easy. That's why your boots need to fit and perform when you're outdoors. Itasca Footwear has been helping folks on their adventures.
I was going to say, that's a long break.
Itasca learned over the years that using
all the 5 minutes that we could.
materials and hardware is the way to make footwear for the whole family in all situations. Whether you're out elk hunting, chasing moose or whitetails, riding snowmobile trails,
Especially when
or ice
there's
fishing in
230s in
sub-zero
there.
weather.
Really?
Itasca Footwear
Yeah, I
will
mean, it
provide
touched
you
up
not
every
only
bit of
great
5
fit,
minutes.
but comfort for
Wow.
all-day adventures. Itasca has sizes and styles for the whole family. You want to give them the same comfort and fit that you look for in footwear, so everyone can enjoy their day. Look for Itasca Footwear, trusted by millions of customers at most major and family-owned
10
retailers.
seconds
For
and
more
we're
information
on.
or footwear styles, please go to
We're coming back.
www.itascabrands.com. Itasca Footwear. They will keep you on the move. This is the Outdoor
Morning, Don. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. We're visiting with my buddy Skip from Gearhead Archery. You know, I think about you a lot when I'm taping the shows for the Outdoor Call Radio app because I've got my Wyoming deer. Was that Wyoming we shot him? That was Wyoming, wasn't it?
That velvet mule deer?
Yeah. No.
That's Montana.
No. The first one we shot.
Oh, that was Wyoming.
Yeah. Remember how hard we had to work to get that show done?
Oh my gosh. And It was literally the last day. I think you were planning to leave the day before, but then I think Mike said, let's give it one more day, or we talked into one more day. And then how we were driving in and we saw that deer, and then we got in the blind, and he worked that ravine right down to us, and you made a great shot. I mean, you didn't have much of a window, but, I mean, to your listeners, this Outdoors Dan guy can shoot a bow. I mean, it was a good shot, good recovery. Yeah, that was good.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know we sat on that alfalfa field forever, and it's just like, where's the deer at? And then we figured it out that the scrub oaks, the acorns came in on. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, they're eating acorns.
Yeah, so we went and hung that stand down on that off that spring, and first set we got him. So.
The acorns this year. Did you guys have a big acorn crop in Iowa this year?
We had a good mass crop, yeah.
Because Wisconsin was crazy. I mean, we had the poorest bear harvest in, I think, from over 20 some years, just because of the number of acorns.
Well, they didn't have. They had all the berries and acorns they could eat. Yeah.
They didn't have to come to the baits. And same thing with the deer.
Yeah.
All the people that were sitting food plots and stuff like that, the deer were just getting up and just eating a few acorns and laying back down. They weren't really moving a whole lot, and it's just that mass crop was just huge in Wisconsin this year, which didn't make sense because I didn't think we had times where we didn't have a lot of rain this past summer either. So just I don't know, it just seemed weird.
Yeah,
it was a weird year.
Yeah, it's different. We've seen some weird ones. I'm telling you, I can't believe I just can't believe how fast things are going. It's 60 doesn't bother me so much as it's like, how many bow seasons do I got left? That's what's starting to bug me.
Yeah.
I
was going to write an article called 10 Winters, because as I enter this winter, I feel like I got 10 good winters left, because I have a lot of friends that are 10 years older than I am, and for the first time, I look at them where all of a sudden they can't draw a bow back, or they got this ailment or that ailment, and it's like now I look at them and they're old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I got 10 years.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Good morning, Jake. Well, I was talking to Larry about this the other day. I'm really thinking about dropping my bow next year to 50 pounds. And the reason I'm doing that, you can draw a 50-pound bow back. I don't care. Most people can pull a 50-pound bow back, but with the way bows are engineered now, Skip, that'll kill anything in North America.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to pull 70 pounds.
You don't. It just helps with your pin gap when you're shooting some distance and that, but I mean.
Well, the average shot.
Whitetails and they're 15, 20 yards. I mean, you don't need it.
Well, even if you're elk hunting, I mean, you should be able to get a 50-yard pin with a 50-pound bow.
Sure. Yeah.
The average shot in North America on a whitetail deer is 18 yards.
Yeah.
So it just, that's really not, if you go out west, sure, you might have some pin gappage and stuff, but, I've been shooting 68 pounds, 60, no, I apologize. I've been shooting 58, 59 pounds for the last 2 seasons, and I really haven't noticed anything. When I shot my elk, I mean, my arrow went all the way to the fletchings in the elk,
sure.
So I got plenty of penetration.
Yeah, I mean, look at these ladies and the youth that are, they're shooting deer, 30s, 35 to 40 pounds. I mean, and
it
all comes down to shot selection at that point, and knowing your weapon and what your arrows are going to do, and your time behind the bow and all of that. So I mean, it really comes down to your preparation. But yeah, I'm seeing all kinds of people, youngers and ladies shooting 35 to 40 pounds and doing well.
Yeah, Justin Jackson says, I live the gearhead life. He's a gearhead shooter.
Well, he's the one leading our dodo buck contest. I mean, I think he's got 4 does, and he got really excited on. I was telling you he did the FaceTime and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's FaceTiming me. As soon as the phone rings, it's like, all right, and we're on this trail, and he's got amazing blood. And he's just like, blood. I'm like, oh, it's looking good. All of a sudden, he shines the phone up ahead, and there she lays. And all of a sudden, she stands up, and she shakes a little bit, and she runs, and then she falls again. And the look on Justin's face on the FaceTime. It was priceless. And I said, Justin, how long did you give her? He goes, well, half hour. He goes, well, 15 minutes. He goes, oh, I don't know. I was excited. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, Justin, just back out of there, give her some time. And that's what he did. And he went back in like 20 minutes later, and she was done at the same spot where he last saw her. So, but it was just like, sometimes you just gotta, you get excited.
Yeah, hang on, Skippy. I got to take a real quick break again. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hi, this is your old friend Speed over at Speed's Golf Cars, located in Wall Lake, Iowa. Just stop on over here.
Oh, Skippy's good stuff, isn't he? We've been buddies for a long time. Good morning, Gary Peck. I'm starting to go into walleye mode in my head. Starting to think about some wallies, Gary. I love my walleye fishing with my buddy Gary Peck up in Minnesota. It's my third favorite place in the world.
Third favorite, huh?
Third favorite.
What's your second favorite?
First place is home because I get to see my doggy and my wife.
I figured.
Second place is Kansas. It's my second family down here with Donovan and everybody.
Yeah,
Third place is Minnesota. That's my third home. Yeah. I love them boys up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the loons. Love hearing them loons when I'm fishing. He is the best, Justin. Does Skip Peterson sing songs to me too? Dirk, I don't know. He probably has. Skippy and I have had some adventures, Dirk. It's been an adventure, I'm telling you. You won't find a nicer guy than Skip Peterson, I will tell you that. If you buy a bow from Gearhead, Skip will always make sure you're taken care of. You won't find a nicer guy than Skippy Peterson.
The Milo Locker in Milo, Iowa. The Milo Locker has been processing wild game and general locker animals for over...
I can say that without reservation.
Daryl and Angie are the owners, and they take great pride in the fact that they do everyone's order the way the customer wants it. You can have your deer.
I will never forget that Wyoming hunt we did together. He was dragging me all over the place. I'll be on your favorite lake in Minnesota in January. Hey, you're going to Winnie? I got a couple favorite lakes, and Winnie's one of my favorites. I love Ball Club Lake. I love Red Lake. I love Leech. Turtle Lake, Richard. With Gearhead, you become a family. I could see that, Justin. I'm telling you, Richard, that fishing up there is awesome. I just love the people and everybody. Everybody's so nice up there, Winnie and others laughing out loud. Yeah, I know you were talking about Winnie. Little Winnie's nice too. I haven't fished Little Winnie in a couple years. I like Little Winnie. Found 3 different deer dead in ditches this year due to EHD. Yeah, we had a bad EHD year, Jake.
All models can handle video and perform quietly in the field. You can even custom pick your setups with Fourth Arrow camera arms. If you're looking to tape your hunts this season, check out Fourth Arrow camera arms.
I'm going to give one of these away here in a bit.
If you're into cooking wild game or grilling, you probably love to transform your wild game.
Tell you what, if you have not won anything from all the radio stations, I got to say that now because somebody won on our show the other day, and then they won on another radio station, and I got an email. You can only win every 30 days on Des Moines Radio Group.
Wild game snacks your family will love. High Mountain Seasoning.
What's going on?
Holy smackers. Look at that northern Gary got. Woo! 39 inches. He said he got it close to where my rod and reel went over when I was walleye fishing. Remember that story this year? Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere underneath that ice is my Trico rod and reel. Well, it was
Favorite grilling meats
well,
taste great.
can't
You're
remember what my
listening to
reel
Outdoor
was.
Call Radio.
Isn't that often? Awesome? Awful?
Whatever.
Fluger. My Fluger. All right, welcome back. Just got a picture I was showing everybody on Facebook Live. My buddy Gary Peck, that's my bear guide, my walleye buddy up in Minnesota. That's where I go walleye fishing every year. He just got him a 39-inch northern. Huh? I guess he was spearing. Spearing? Yeah, I guess they're spearing. I don't know. Skippy, have you been spearing?
Have I been what?
You ever been spearing fish?
We can't spear fish. It happens in Wisconsin. They can, I mean, I bow fish carp, but that's about.
You never been ice fishing with a spear?
No. Although we do it a lot up in the Winnebago with the sturgeon.
Yeah, they do it. Well, up in Minnesota, where I go walleye fishing up at Winnie, and where I go bear hunting, that's like a second life up there. To ice fishing and spearing, man. They're already got the villages out on the ice.
Don't they have like a decoy fish that they put down in there?
Yeah.
Or something, and they sit in darkness just waiting to.
Well, they cut a big rectangular hole, right? Yeah. And then they got a decoy fish about 12, 14 inches long. And you throw that down in the water, and the pike and other fish, they come in to eat that little decoy, and they smoke them with a spear. It's neat. Gary's been trying to get me up there for years, and it's like I'm still trying to get a deer, man. Leave me alone. I would love to do it one time. It'd be neat, but I would have my rod and reel off to the side with a jig trying to catch wallies.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I love it up there, Skip. It's just neat up there. It's like grumpy old men on steroids up there.
Possible retirement home for you up there?
Well, Jenny's family's from Minnesota. Her dad's got a lake house up there on a different lake, but I wouldn't mind. We keep talking about it. When I get done doing the radio shows in 10 or 12 years, maybe buying a bait shop or something and just doing that as retirement. And we keep talking about that, but yeah, I can't believe I've been on the radio this long, man. 26 years. It's crazy.
I don't see you ever retiring from radio. I see as you get older.
Yeah.
I can see your radio kind of turning more into grumpy old men.
Yeah. Instead of outdoors, Dan, it's going to be the grumpy old men show.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh, you putts, and then you're just going to be yelling back and forth at people,
Yeah. What do you want?
Exactly.
Well, that
would actually be entertaining. Really.
Yeah, that was a stupid question. What's the matter with you? Yeah. Nah, I hope I never get that bad. Hey, so you have been really nice supporting the Outdoor Call Radio app this year. I want to thank you for doing that. And we're going to be drawing a winner. I'm giving away one of my bows that I've been using this year. Well, actually, I know I'm giving away a brand new one in a box. And then Gary said spearing with 2 thumbs up. And then we're gonna morning Jeff Knudsen. We're gonna be giving away a gear head. What gear head we giving away?
So we're giving away the top one, our best seller. It's a Disruptor 24. It has the adjustable cam where you can change your draw length and you can adjust your draw weight and all that stuff. But what we'll probably do is get a hold of the winner. And like if they want a 20-inch or just find out their specs, I mean, honestly, whatever the winner wants, we can set up so the winner gets. But it's basically it's $1,000 bow. So
that's awesome.
It's not like I'm giving you like a last year's model or anything like that. You're getting top of the line.
Justin says he wants a D24.
You want a what?
A D24.
I don't think that one's been out yet. I think that one's still in the head.
Is that a Disruptor 24-inch or something?
Yeah, we make the Disruptor 24, but the newer ones I'm going to try drop one at the ATA is the Pivot 24. So basically, where your limbs bend over a static point, we put a rotational pivot in there. So as your limbs load up, it rotates and it takes the hump out of the cam. We actually picked up a little bit more speed.
Really?
And it just shoots. It's probably the best bow I've ever shot. I'm 50. I'm going to be 58, and my life it's probably it's the best bow I've ever shot. I'm just going to say it. I mean, I just pick it up in the shop as a prototype, and I'm just like, oh man, they better be ready for this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, John. Aaron says, I remember when you started on blank blank at 10 o'clock at night. I won a fishing pole and tackle box. Yeah, that was 23 years ago, Aaron. Yeah, long. I've been on the air in St. Louis 26 years. I've been on the air in Iowa 23 years. It's crazy.
Well, I remember we had that first hunt out in Wyoming. I think it was like 06 or 07. It was somewhere 08 maybe.
Yeah.
And I remember you were kind of just getting things going because when we had downtime, you were talking with sponsors about getting donations and getting this, that you could do giveaways and all that type of stuff. And you were just kind of
I started
spare moment you were working.
Yeah, I started the radio shows back in 1997. So yeah, it's great.
Also, too, on that hunt, Dan, if you remember that last day, we prayed. Last day,
we did pray. Yeah.
And then after you got your buck, we were going out, and I said, because it was grueling, and I was like, Dan, why didn't you pray the first day?
I have a hard time asking God to let me kill something. I just, Lord, if you can help me be successful, and I always give homage or honor to the animal I take. I respect its life, and I'm kind of picky about that. Disruptor 20 or 24, Justin says either one he would love to win. So
all right.
Yeah, he's on you, Skippy.
I know. Right now, I think he's shooting the T24, which is draw length specific and draw weight specific, and man, he's been working that bow overtime, and even as his new wife, she ends up. I think she's shooting a crossbow. So I mean, they are a hunting family, which is nice.
Yeah, that's good. Scotty Mueller says a 24 at 50 pounds sounds really good. That's Scott. That's one of my listeners in Oklahoma.
Well, if he wins it, I'll make him whatever he wants.
Well, there you go, folks. Whatever, we're going to give that away next week, so you better send me screenshots. So, Skippy, I've got a Christmas request.
Yep.
Do you have any hoodies?
Yeah.
I want a 2X hoodie, and I want a 2X short sleeve shirt, and a 2X long sleeve shirt. Would you send me those?
I can do that. And then when I see you in Iowa, I got a Sasquatch head for you.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my Squatchy head.
Yeah, you're gonna get the Sasquatch head.
Yeah.
Because hey, if you don't know gearhead, you don't know Squatch.
Yeah. Actually, I got some people. It's just kind of crazy. All right. Well, tell everybody how they can find out more about Gearhead.
Well, we're all over the socials, but we also have a pretty awesome website at www.gearheadarchery.com.
Yeah.
And you can even go down and give Mark Wagner a call and say, "Hey, Mark, can you get me a gearhead in?" And usually it's a two days. Mark might have 2 or 3 on the shelves, but we pride ourselves with getting product out in a couple days.
Okay, now Skippy's going to be at the Iowa Deer Classic working with Mark at his booth, so we're going to do a Deer Classic special for Archery Field and Sports and Skippy at Gearhead. If you buy a gearhead at the Deer Classic, we're going to have an extra incentive for you, and I'll tell you more about that when we get closer to the Deer Classic. Okay?
Mark don't even know about this. I mean, he might not be on board.
Oh, I don't care if he's on board or not. We're doing it for you. If he's not on board, well, on him. We'll just do it for you and your lovely wife.
All right, I'll give Mark a call. He'll be in.
It ain't gonna come out of his end anyway.
It isn't. No,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
he love Mark too.
Yeah, Mark needs to work more.
He hunted a lot this year. Mark has been everywhere.
Yeah, well, see, I went to the taxidermist to pick up. Oh, my taxidermist. Did you see the pack roll mount that he made for me?
I did actually. My buddy he does stuff for Mackenzie, and he actually made like the molds and stuff to actually make pack mounts, and he does the frames too. I'll have to check that out, see if it's the same guy.
That's one of my favorite mounts I've ever gotten. That thing's awesome. But anyway, I went to go pick that up, and guess who was there dropping stuff off? Wagner. Yeah. I said, why don't you ever at work? I come by to see you. You're never there. I work all the time. I said, well, you're not there now. I'm on my way. Yeah.
Mark's had a great year. I mean, he's hunted a lot. He's done extremely well, and he takes his posse with him, and they.
Well, Skippy, I've always said hobbits are really good hunters.
I'll leave that up with you and him. I'm not getting into that one.
Hey, I love that boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Archie and his growing family.
Yeah.
They are getting older.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy. All right, I'm going to let you go. GearheadArchery.com, and thank you for everything. And I'll let you know as soon as I draw a winner.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good, Dan. Yeah, thanks.
No, Merry Christmas, Skippy.
Yep. Have a happy New Year as well.
All right, talk to you soon, pal.
Yeah, bye.
There he goes, Mr. Skip Peterson, Gearhead Archery. I really, really love that man. He's a good guy. All right, morning, Kent. Good morning, Rick. Good to see you. I got to go. We're late for a break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hello, this is Dave from JLM Shooter Supply in Urbandale. We are a full-service gun
Thank
shop
you, Richard.
that specializes in helping you find the right firearm for your needs. We carry new and used.
I'll have to look at that, Scotty. I haven't seen it yet, but that pack mount, that thing's awesome. I know it's kind of labor intensive and stuff, but it's just totally different than a shoulder mount.
We'll also look at any firearm you might wish to sell or put on
Just kind of something back in the 1800s, you know, kind of rustic.
meet any budget, and we can even special order items for those who like to add higher-end guns to their collection. JLM also has a full-time gunsmith on board that can help with all your gun repair needs. So from ammo and hearing protection to gun cleaning kits, holsters, and sights, we handle it all at JLM.
Can't believe next week's Christmas.
Please stop by and see us at
It's nuts.
6931 Douglas Avenue in
Should already have had 2 snowstorms by now.
331-1577. That's 515-331.
Of course, last year was better than the year before that, but
We need some snow. It's supposed to get colder, I think, next week. I haven't looked yet lately.
That's where you'll find over 30 fresh flavors of the most delicious.
That's a spear and decoy. See that? See, that's what Gary's using. Isn't that cool? Looks like a big shad.
Jalapeno cheddar cheese, birthday cake, or patriotic mix, just to name a few. You'll find something for everyone.
There's his hand. That'll give you an idea how big that is. Isn't that neat? That's what they use for the decoy to spear the northern.
To make great popcorn at any event. Everyone loves popcorn, especially when it's from Lotta Pop. It's the same great popcorn you'll find at the Iowa State Games, locally grown and popped to perfection. Lotta Pop can help with any special occasion, corporate events, and special fundraising for your school. For more information, contact Lotta Pop at 515-262-3243 or go online at lottapop.com. Lotta Pop, great tasting popcorn from Iowa since 1969.
Let's talk about a story, an Iowa story about a dream that took several years.
Yeah, it's awesome, Kent.
Osceola, Iowa. It's the story of Revelton Distilling Company. These fine distilled whiskeys, gins, and vodkas were born from the labor of Rob and Christina Taylor. It's amazing hearing the customers' descriptions of how unique each bottle looks and how each spirit
Morning, Raj.
satisfies with
How's everything up in New York? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Roger Wild.
American gin or vodkas. Revelton Distilling visitors can't believe the
Andrew's over there, whatever that is. Jazz? I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
Figure what all you put in here.
Huh?
Right off I-35. Revelton Distillery
Go
fine
through all the
spirits are
songs that
also
you put in
available
there.
at your local grocery and other
You have an
retailers
eclectic
around Iowa.
taste.
Please check them out online at ReveltonDistillery.com or visit them at the distillery.
There you go, Roger.
It's time to celebrate.
Seen The Godfather lately?
Well, then it's time for a Revelton moment.
Too many projects stacking up at home, and do you need some help? Don't worry, just call Project Partners Design in Ankeny. Rob and Megan Fair have been helping folks catch up on home projects since 2017. Project Partners Design specialize on refinishing cabinets, mantles, bathroom vanities, or even power washing and staining the deck out back. Nothing but the best materials on all jobs. For example, on deck projects, they use Rymar Extreme Weather Deck Stain that last a long time in our Iowa weather. Rob and Megan can also help you design your projects with a mood design board, so your vision will always be in focus as your projects get completed. The great feature
You're a pain with that.
so don't feel overwhelmed getting your home looking the way you want it. Just pick up the phone and call 507-382-7050.
It's getting hot in here.
That's 507-382-7050.
Yeah, but then it'll turn cold.
Isn't that weird?
I've never been in a studio where it does that.
Crack that door a little, will you?
Every day to those that serve. If it's time to remodel, or if the dog just got done chewing on the kitchen cabinets, pick up the phone and call Project Design Partners in Ankeny, or look them up on Facebook, and help will be on the way.
Going fishing is
Somebody's got
something we look
Christmas
forward
lights
to all
going.
week. We all want to be better at it and use the best gear available. Gear that will help us feel the bite better and give superb casting performance. Well, when it comes to sensitivity and longer casts, Trica has people talking.
Trica rods are scientifically proven to be more sensitive with their unique weave design, as much as 2 times as sensitive as other costly rod brands. Trica casting performance will give you up to 26% longer cast to keep your bait in the strike zone longer. Trica knows you work hard for your money, and they want to give you a rod that will cast longer and let you feel the bite better without putting the bite on your wallet. Trica rods are significantly less than other high-end rods available. They offer a 1-year, no-questions-asked guarantee. Trica rods can be returned for any reason up to 1 year after purchasing. They also come with a limited lifetime warranty. If you want to see what has anglers talking, go check out Trica rods at Trica.com. That's TRIKA.com.
Coming back.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan. It was a great interview with Skippy. I always enjoy my time with Skippy. Yeah, he's a good guy. I tell you, smart guy too. Wonderful engineer. He made some camera arms. When I first met him, the camera bases and camera arms that he designed, I was begging him to send me one. They were so functionally above what was out there. It was amazing, man. Skippy's always been good at that stuff. All right, if you haven't won anything from the stations, all the radio stations in the last 30 days, not just our show, but anybody. Anybody. You can call 244-1350, and I'm going to give you a Milo Locker deer certificate for the rest of the season. Just call in and 244-1350. Just make sure you have not won anything in the last 30 days. So that's all I'm saying. Donated deer hides benefits disabled veterans. If you're out there hunting and you want to help some vets, if you're not going to use your hide, I have never won anything. Justin, you won something off the app, didn't you? I thought I drew your name on a prize on the app one time. I'm pretty sure you did.
Call in.
Yeah, there you go. Did Tracker fishing rods ever make ultralight? I have no idea, Aaron. I don't use Tracker. You mean Trica? I think you mean Trica. Trica came out with a bunch of new rods. Go on Trica's website and look, Aaron. 244-1350. The question is, where did I take my first year with Skippy? And if you were listening to the show, you should know the answer. There you go. Dr. Don's coming up next. Gonna find out how messed up I am.
Oh, man. I got just the thing for that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm telling you. Here's my new philosophy for 2024. Be curious, not judgmental.
Absolutely love that.
Be curious, not judgmental.
That should be a philosophy for life.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's my new saying. Be curious, not judgmental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious how you haven't won a title yet in fantasy.
Well, team first place.
I'm not judgmental.
Is almost last place. Somebody in the studio didn't make the playoffs, and it wasn't this guy. It was that guy. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. He didn't finish last.
Nope.
But he's second or third to last.
No, I'm not. I'm middle of the pack. Thank you very much.
No, you're going to be third.
I'm middle of the pack.
Second or third.
I'm middle of the pack guy.
Yeah, team first place went to last place.
Middle of the pack guy. Hey, it was one of those seasons. I still have last year.
Yeah. Well, you'll always have last year.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back. Take a break, real quick break, like 2 minutes, and we'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you like to go fishing, or have you ever been back trolling? Back trolling is still one of the best methods of boat control while rigging for walleyes and other fish. Wave whackers has been the choice for anglers on all sorts of boats to help keep wakes and water spray off of them and their fishing buddies while back trolling or just being on the water. Wave whackers are custom made in Minnesota by Mike and his family. Made with quarter-inch tinted polycarbonate, heavy-duty aluminum frames, extruded rubber for superior protection.
Superior. Voice cracked on that. Did you hear that? Superior. 58 years old. My voice is cracking.
I thought you were just trying to add some more excitement.
Superior.
Let Wave Whackers
There we
keep
go.
you dry and secure. Check them out at Wave
Doing too many radio shows a week.
wavewhackers.com or just
Talking too much.
give Mike a call.
Yeah.
You're going to love your Wave Whackers.
Need
and
to
they're gonna help
get a cabin in Deep Woods, Minnesota, and retire there.
I told Jenny, man, I want to get a wood frame, an A-frame cabin, just enough for me, room for me, her, and the dog. Just pay it off. Open up a little bait store, sell some little tackle, or some broadheads or something. She loves to cook, so she can make homemade soups every day. I told her she should do bakery goods and soups and stuff and call it Jenny's Buns. I think that'd be awesome. Jenny's Buns. Because her homemade soups is off the hook, man. I'm just telling you. If I had the money, I'd buy her a food truck, but I don't know if you could make any money doing that or not. Just so much competition. But you get out somewhere there's fishing folks and stuff, she'd do good because her homemade soups I would eat her homemade soups than anything in any can or restaurant any day.
1350 ESPN, Des Moines Sports Leader. A Des Moines Radio Group station. You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
It's raining, Brandon. I don't know if they're hunting yet or not. All right, we're on. We're here. Welcome back. The Outdoor Call Radio, hour number 2. Dr. Don's going to be on here pretty quick as soon as Andrew gets him on. You don't need a doctor to know that. I have no idea what that means, Aaron. Doctor. No idea. Soup and sandwiches for the ice fishermen would be awesome. I'm telling you, man, my wife, her homemade soups, she made turkey and rice the other day that was just amazing. She's made homemade crab bisque and lobster bisque that was just amazing. What did she make the other day? She made some navy bean soup that was really good. Her soups, man. I was telling everybody on Facebook Live, I would eat her soups over anything in the restaurants. Her soups are that good. So when we get ready to retire, if we do ever do anything, I said if we open up a little bait shop, we could have her. She's a really good baker too. She can bake really good. We could do a thing called Jenny's Buns, and have her do homemade soups and cinnamon buns and stuff like that. I'm just telling you. Scott goes, soup and sandwiches for the ice fishermen would be awesome. I'm telling you, she would make some money doing that. I could see it now. Hey, we got to go to Jenny's Buns and get our lunch before we go to the shack. I could see it. It could be a happening visibility. If I had the money, I'd get her a food truck. I just don't have the money. There's just so much competition in food trucks and restaurants. I don't know. Dr. Don not going on? Not calling? Hope he's all right. Dr. Don! Huh. Leave my message. Hello, Dr. Don. This is Andrew. It's for the Outdoor Call Radio Show. We tried calling you for a segment this morning. We hope you're okay. Call us back and let us know how you feel. We're always listening. Did you not leave him a message? Leave him a message.
I can't leave that message. It's a you message.
That's not a message. I just left a message. Dr. Don. I was looking forward to that. I better text him. I wonder if he's sleeping. Dr. Don.
Dun, 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 dun.
Where you at? Where are you at?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
You're supposed to be on the air. You're supposed to be on with us. Boy, I tell you. He's been working so hard. Donovan's daughter is a doctor, a psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband's going to go get his counseling degree because they can't keep up. They'll never have to worry about money ever again. There's so many people that need counseling right now. You can't feel the need. I'm just telling you right now, folks. mental health in this country is a big problem. We all have issues. I've got issues. Oh, I've got issues. I've got issues that have issues. That's how many issues I have. My issues have issues.
My issues have issues.
Yeah, that's right. But God bless all our mental health workers and people that are out there. We need more of them. And I'm telling you, between the politicians and everything else, no wonder everybody's stressed out to the max. So, yep. Uh-oh. We all have issues. We all have issues. I know I do.
We do.
Even my dog has issues.
Yeah,
he's grumpy
every
lately.
living thing.
Yeah. I go, Raven, come here. What's the matter with you? Yeah. Jenny goes, you want some bacon? Yeah. Raven, come here.
You don't give me the food.
Yeah. Oh, that dog. That dog. I got home yesterday. We went to the farm. I changed out batteries on several of the cameras because our batteries are dead. And I came back home. Morning, Hank. I was down. Oh, speaking of Revelton, I was down at Revelton the other day and got to see Hank. I saw Rob talking to somebody. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I got a couple bottles of rye. Woo! Yeah, I'm happy about that. Restocked and ready to rock.
Stock to rock.
Yeah, that Templeton doesn't even come close.
Not even.
Templeton used to be the thing, and I probably shouldn't say that because I don't like doing comparisons. But that Revelton is in a different league.
A league of their own.
A league of their own. Yeah. Iowa distilled. So if you want a little cocktail or a little celebration, put a little taste of Iowa in there and go down to Revelton and Osceola and hook it up. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just good stuff. And the rye is awesome. Old fashioned, whiskey sour. Yeah. Hey, I was going to tell you about the donated deer hides. The Elks do that every year. Oh, Dr. Don's calling. Yeah, I think that's Dr. Don. Yeah. Okay, no long thing. Just get him on the air so we have time to talk to him. Blah, 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 blah. He's over there. Veterans Leather Program relies on the area hunters to donate their deer hides. Willing to donate their hides are encouraged to contact their local Elks Lodge and drop-off locations and ask them for an old-fashioned with Revelton rye whiskey. Go to the phones. Did you oversleep?
No, I just missed your call. My phone was not loud enough, apparently. I was talking with my wife.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're here.
How are things at New Life? We miss you. We haven't had you on in a while.
Well, yeah. It's end of the year, we're doing all right. We've had a couple of our people leave and start their own practice, but we've taken on a few more people, so we've got a couple of new people that are not full. So, yeah, anybody needs some counseling, we have availability.
Yeah, I my issues have issues. I need counseling.
Well, you know where we're at, buddy.
Yeah, I would only want you. I mean, I can't take a substitute for Dr. Don.
Well, I take on old clients too.
There you go.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Mike says, got to go. Another great show. We'll be setting wreaths today at Van Meter Veteran Cemetery. Well, Mike, thank you for doing that. God bless you. That's awesome. And thanks for watching. So, how you been? How'd your college football season go? Were you happy? Were you disappointed? I know that's important to you.
Disappointed, but okay. Like the new coach, like the direction it's going, so that was all good.
Yeah, and
I was sad that we got beat by Iowa in the last 3 seconds and then the field goal. So that's only about the third time in the last 6 seasons that's happened.
Now, how did you feel about that, Don? How did that affect you?
I was bummed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And then I had all kinds of people who are Iowa fans give me a hard time.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I don't like that, but
Right.
okay. I don't give them a hard time when they lose.
Well, there you go. It works both ways.
Yeah, I won't do that to you, Dr. Don.
Andrew needs some counseling because he finished last in fantasy football
I did
this year.
not. You need some counseling for truth.
Well, you know how that goes.
Yeah, he won.
You just gotta know the right people.
He won last year and he finished third this year. Yeah.
Well, there was only 3 people.
There was 10 people in the league.
I'm right in the middle.
He went from first to almost last. I told him his team name was Team First Place. See, and I told him you're setting yourself up for failure.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah. See, Don.
It worked last year.
Yeah. Well, it didn't work this year.
Oh yeah, every year is certainly different.
Yep. I got Don. It was almost. I've almost made an appointment for him. We've sent him to Dr. Yagi for his tooth, so it was almost Dr. Don time with some tissues, because
there you go.
it wasn't a good situation, Don.
I hear you.
Yeah, he was anxiety filled.
Anxiety. Well, I know some people who can help you with anxiety.
Hey, I got to tell you, with everything I see going, Andrew's fine. He'll be all right. So, with everything going on today, we're getting into the holidays. We talk about this every year. I'm seeing so many things going on with our veteran community. It looks like things are getting worse instead of better. I was at the VA the other day, and I stopped by and I tried to talk to as many of the people as I could and thank them for their service and told them Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Told them listen to the show, and I just things are really things are not good out there right now with a lot of stuff going on. So we always get you on this time of year to give a little encouragement.
Well, it is. I think it's really difficult for a lot of people, but certainly it's going to be even harder for veterans. It's hard to get the kind of services that you need when you need them.
Yep.
That's been part of the issue. I'm not really sure what that's about, but oftentimes it's really about being understaffed. So that's part of it. I think also part of it is just that there's just so many vets that need help that I think they're overwhelmed.
Yep.
Yep. But there's always help because when President Trump was in the office, he passed a bill that basically said that they could actually get a waiver to go to private people outside the VA if they need to, but they have to be able to walk through all that process, and sometimes that can be, walking through government hoops can be difficult.
Yeah, it's called community care. Because I've used that when I had cancer 2 years ago, and I had to have that surgery and everything. I went outside of the VA system and used the community care system. So that is there for people if they need it.
Yeah, and I've had several vets that have come to me because of community care and because we are faith-based, and they can get faith-based counseling within the VA. So that's one of the things that I always remind vets of, that take advantage of that. If they can't find the services that they need, make sure that they are asking for community care, and they will pay us direct. So that's all good. I don't have to go through the VA then.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I remember when you and I were visiting for 6 months was, to try to make adjustments and try to be flexible and, try to do try to look at what's not only good for you, but everybody involved and, learning little coping skills. How do you, with folks dealing with metrics, metrics is ruining a lot of people's lives. I don't know when metrics became a thing. My metrics is my sponsors or partners. I've got 60 something different sponsors or partners on all the shows, so that's my metrics. I've got to deal with that every day. But for folks that are working at a job where they're constantly getting analyzed or critiqued or those kind of metrics, it seems to me that that's really hurting the workforce. So it's putting so much stress on people that I see it's not a good thing. How do you recommend people handle that kind of stuff, Don?
Well, that's a pretty complex question. A lot of that depends on your generation and how old you are and what you grew up with. The younger generation doesn't really have a lot of emotional resilience, a lot of emotional margin in their life, or the ability to deal with certain emotions. And then if you're a vet and you've had trauma, then what happens when you have complex trauma is it actually rewires your brain and makes it more and more difficult for you, because your ability to handle emotional stress and pressure becomes less. And so, understanding the neuroscience of complex trauma becomes part of what you have to understand before you can really help people. But they need to find somebody who knows what they're doing in terms of understanding how the brain actually functions, particularly if you've had complex trauma. But there are certain signs generationally where certain generations are much more tied into their emotions rather than their thoughts. And so then you begin to look at some of those things. So that's some of the problems with the whole idea of metrics and what we call being analyzed and therefore feel criticized. And so we talk about how do you deal with that. And it has to do with how you think and what your core beliefs are, and maybe what your emotional triggers are, what kind of emotions you find more difficult to handle versus your ability to keep your prefrontal cortex, which is your chooser, and your what we call your ability to make clear-cut, factual kinds of choices versus working through your midbrain, which is where the emotional center of your brain is. So once you allow your emotions to get to a certain place, then your ability to handle any kind of metrics or criticism or pressure becomes problematic. And so that's what we try to do. We try to deal with that. We do have a nurse practitioner that does medication now. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did
That's
not.
a new thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So we have a gal that works for us now part-time. So we have a dietitian as well. So we're trying to be a little bit holistic in terms of how we look at things. But I also have a new certification in what I call complex trauma, the neuroscience of brain functionality and trauma. And so, there's just a lot of new science involved with the brain. And so we're starting to look at, well, how's a person's brain affected by the trauma in their life?
Yeah.
And so, we call that one's complex trauma, and the other is what I call just normal, everyday kinds of trauma that everybody's had. But trauma, doesn't matter if it's complex or just normal, it does change the way we deal with our emotions.
Well, I think some of these employers need to realize that when they go to these metric systems, because I know somebody that, they were taught one way in training, and then they get supervisors say, well, you don't do it that way. And it contradicts exactly what they wrote down in training. It's like if they're going to have these metric systems where they're having, I'm all for accountability. I don't have a problem with accountability. I think that's our biggest problem with our country right now. The younger generation wasn't brought up to be accountable. Everybody gets a trophy, and not everybody wins all the time. And when we started going with everybody gets a participation trophy, or I think that was one of the things that the country made a mistake in doing. I think when we got away from you earn it to, if you want it, you work for it. If you want that, you gotta win. Go out there and put the effort in. And
well, yes, absolutely. I think the other thing that you're seeing is when you just deal with metrics versus a person who is a supervisor that actually gets to know the people they're supervising.
Yeah.
One of the things of leadership is, are you putting the people that are under you in a place of being able to succeed? And so if you don't know the person's strengths, and then you are asking to do things that really are not in their strength basis, then part of good leadership is knowing who they are, knowing what their strengths are, and putting them in positions to actually succeed, rather than, here's the job, do what you can. Oh, by the way, we're going to look at you, and at the end of the year, we're gonna tell you what you did wrong. That is not healthy leadership. So we talk about that as well. So when I go out and talk to managers and I talk to small business people, we talk about, well, how are you going to keep people accountable? How do you do that? So yeah, those are different. When there's a really good book by Tim Elmore that's called The New Diversity. It's about the idea that there are now at least 5 different generations in the workforce, from 70s all the way down to 20s, and each generation has a different way of being a manager. There's a different motivation. There's different issues based upon, their generation and what they learned, and which goes back to the fact that you talked about the idea of being held accountable as opposed to what are you responsible for.
Right. Well, just don't set your people up to fail. Be consistent. Right. Be consistent, and it's okay to have accountability. But I think these companies need to start looking and say, hey, if we want to keep good people, we have to offer good working environments. And I don't think a lot of folks that have the metrics take that in consideration anymore, Don.
Well, it's really, unfortunately, what makes maybe HR on the training goes on the lower level management versus the people who stop in the ivory towers and make those decisions. They're making those decisions based upon the bottom line versus making those decisions upon people and what people need.
Yeah, because if I did metrics...
The larger the corporation, the more you see that.
Yeah, if I did metrics, Andrew would have been gone a long time ago.
Oh, if you did metrics, we'd be doing... no.
I'm just teasing, folks. I love it. Andrew's good. Hey, we're visiting with Dr. Don Gilbert, New Life Counseling Centers. We're going to take a real quick break and finish up with Don. Hang loose, Don. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hey guys, Outdoor Stan here.
I'm telling you, this is a serious issue in our country. And I know some people say, what's this got to do with hunting and fishing? But I think people need to hear this stuff. Because I want you to be happy when you go hunting and fishing, not worried about stuff. And I'm always wanting to make sure our vets are taken care of.
Josh, Bob, and the staff.
My metrics are when the deer sit there and laugh at me. Really? That's the best you got? That's my metrics.
Yeah. Some deer come by and say, hey, look, I'm here. Put it up.
Yeah. Or the fish give me the fin. Everybody thinks live scope's such a wonderful thing. When you're out there scanning the water and the fish are up there laughing at you and you can see them laughing and giving you the fin. Yeah. Trust me, live scope can be hurtful. It can be hurtful, Andrew.
Are you into shooting sports? Well, if you are, have you ever thought about using your passion to help you through college? Grandview University is a small private college that is looking for students that have a passion for the shooting sports and learning. Grandview University has a shooting sports.
How much rain are we supposed to get today? Looks like the rain's clearing out.
That means your cost won't go up. You will get to
got a little bit of a break.
Competition and learn in a small class size with the feel of a larger campus with a ton of opportunities. So if you're looking to
I might circle back in.
and love to shoot, why not shoot for a college program that has produced countless All-Americans?
70% chance of rain all day. Thanks, Dan. You're welcome, Richard.
Grandview shooting sports athletes will have your ammo, uniforms, travel.
There you go, Scotty. I agree with you.
Scholarship. If you like to shoot for the stars and push yourself,
it's going to get in the 30s, 30 Monday, 40, back in the 50s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next Saturday, Sunday, Monday in the 40s. Not cold enough. We need it colder. Not cold enough. Not going to happen. 1,000 points a lot. Remember old George W? 1,000 points a lot. Not going to happen. Hey, Diamond D Outdoors, go check them out on the web. That's the chest holster company made in Alaska. They got specials going on right now. I think it's Santa 10. They got a big sale, Santa 10. Go online and check it out. That would make a great Christmas gift for someone that loves using handguns.
Different variants to fit you and your exact gun. For more information or to order your Denali chest holster, check them out online at DiamondDOutdoors.com. Get outside, feeling safe, wearing your Denali chest holster.
Our dogs are part of the family, and we want to protect them at all times. Do you live in an area that you want to keep open and not have a traditional fence to protect your pet? No worries. Call Chris at Pet Stop of Des Moines. Chris Spoltra is the owner of...
It's been a long morning already. What's going on? What's up? Anybody got any questions? You need anything? Let me know. Come on, tell me. I'm so bummed out. Pure Whitetail's not going to sell coffee anymore.
system is underground.
My all day set and early morning embers. What am I going to do for coffee?
You can customize the PetStop system to help your dogs enjoy their playtime
I'm
and
bummed.
stay safe at the same time. For more information on how to protect your buddy and keep your home
Gonna have to find me a new coffee person.
975-2190 or go online at petstop.com. PetStop of Des Moines. Outdoors Dan recommended and Raven approved.
Old Raven, he's in everything, man. That dog's in demand. He was so happy when I took him out to the farm. He got out in the cornfield running around. He was so happy yesterday.
Well, good.
Yeah, bouncing around.
Bouncing around.
Come on, Dad. Are we going to go shed hunting?
We're doing that.
Not time to go shed hunting yet, son. Not yet. Danny came over yesterday. I said, man, where you been? Your brother has missed you. Dad, that dog is not my brother. I said, Dan, he is your younger brother. He's your brother from another mother. And I need you to when he was a puppy, Danny and Riley fought over that dog when he was real little. Now they don't care. And it's like he sits there and remembers how much they used to love on him and fight over him. And then when they come over, he's so happy. And then I go, son, I know how you feel. I get my 5 minutes and it's over. Same way. They don't. All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. We're visiting with our buddy Dr. Don from New Life Counseling Center. So, Don, I've got something going on in my life I need your help with.
Yep.
So, when my dog...
What do you need?
Huh? What?
What do you need?
Well, I'm going to tell you. So,
Okay.
I need you to tell me how to handle this situation. So, my dog, Raven, he's going to be 4? 4?
Okay.
I think he's going to be 4 or 5. His birthday's crazy. Anyway, my son Daniel came over. He's back from college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when Raven was a puppy, my daughter Riley and my son Dan used to fight over the puppy. I want to take him out. I'm going to take him out. No, I want to take him out. I'm going to play with him. I want to play. Blah 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 blah. Well, now that he's 4, they don't really care, you know. And so when they come over. He gets all jump up. He gets excited, and then and he wants to play with them, and well, they don't play with him. And when he leaves, he comes over and he lays down and he sobs. I mean, it's like I call my son, Dan. When you come over here, you need to take time and play with your brother. Dad, that dog is not my brother. I go, he is your younger brother. You need to spend time with him. I don't know how many times I got to tell you, you can't do that to him. Dad, he's a dog. He's not my brother. I said, well, he's ahead of you in the will. Yeah.
Well, there's a problem right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so he goes, I am not. He goes, I petted him. I took him out. I said, but that's not loving on him and playing with him and spending time with him. He needs to know that you love that. Now, Don, am I wrong?
Well, the reality is that they're pack animals, and unfortunately, whether your son and daughter thinks anything, the dog actually thinks he's a human.
Yeah. Well, he does.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The dog thinks he's a human, and you are humanizing your dog, and your son is saying, "Nope, it's just a dog, Dad." So I think there's probably a problem with both of you.
Oh, I don't understand. I don't have a problem with that. That's my buddy. I mean, I come home, he's happy to see me. I get ready for bed, he follows me, and we go to bed. I mean, if I eat, he's right there wanting to know what's going on. If I go to the farm, he's always wanting to go with me. I mean, that's my little, that's my little boy.
Well, it's your companion because you are the alpha male of the pack, and I get that.
Yeah. Am I the alpha male? Is it?
Yeah. Since you feed him and take him wherever, then yeah, you're the alpha male. You take care of him.
Well, Jenny, in all fairness, Jenny feeds him most of the time. But I will say he eats well. He gets that dog gets gourmet meals made for him. So.
Well, she's the alpha female. You're the alpha male.
Okay. All right.
Of the pack. There's
That was a
always
good way
an
to put
alpha
that.
female and male of the pack.
Yeah. So you know, I just don't think there's anything wrong with me putting them ahead of the. You know, I just told him that they're second and third in line now. Raven gets first dibs, and it's all about you know. It's about hey, if you want more out of life, you got to give a little more, right, Don?
Well, within reason. I mean, there are boundaries to that, my friend, right? I'm not sure that I'd be saying that he's number one in the will.
Well,
I might say that about my wife.
Well, Jenny's first. I'm talking about the sibling. I'm talking about the kids.
Yeah, well, you know, I think you got a problem when you humanize your animal to the extent that you are. But okay, we you know, it's okay if you want to live that way.
Hey, I'm just saying, God's gift to people was dogs, man. Because dog spelled backwards either way is man's best friend.
Yeah. Well, you know, they are suited well for that. Yes.
They're proof that there's angels in the world. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm glad you find comfort in your little buddy.
Yeah, I'm telling you that's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He goes outside when I go outside. He goes hunting with me when I can take him, and yeah, I guess you want to go to the farm, you know, he's ready.
Well, that's why they said dogs are man's best friend.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Well, it's always fun having you on. I missed you. You've been doing okay? If things, your health wise better? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Lost some weight, got on a Mediterranean diet, and everything's back to normal. I'm just hoping and praying that my liver is repairing itself. So
yeah,
I guess we just trust that that's what's going to happen. So, but everything's fine. I feel a lot better. So that's good. Thanks for asking.
Well, no, we love you. We care about you. So I'm still waiting to get the Dr. Don series on the Outdoor Call Radio app on Sundays.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy this year.
Yeah. Well, it's there when you're ready. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, we've got some things in the can, but my daughter's busy doing all kinds of other things for the business.
Yeah.
She's taking over the role of operations manager, so I kind of waiting on her at this point.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll keep up. You guys, I'm going to let you go, but tell everybody where they can find more out about New Life Counseling Centers.
Well, you can go to www.newlife-counseling.com. You can search for us on any of the wonderful internet sites and just put in Christian counseling or faith-based counseling or marriage counseling or individual counseling, and we should pop up on the first page.
All right, there you go. Hey, I'll see you after the first of the year. I'll drop in and say hi when I quit hunting, okay?
All right, I'll be gone on vacation the first week of January. I'll be back after that.
Oh, that'd be about right. So I'll catch up with you then.
Okay, well, you have good hunting.
I will, and you be safe, and Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Dr. Don.
Merry Christmas.
All right, bye now.
Bye, guys. There he goes, Dr. Don. Super, super good guy right there. 8:32 and some change. We're going to hit another break. Before I go to break, I'm going to tell you about Smokin' Joe Smelter. When you go car shopping, you want to be able to just relax, enjoy your time, kick the tires, find the right color, the right truck or car in your budget, something that's going to be dependable that, the family's going to, appreciate. And you don't want to be pressured. No. You don't want to be harassed.
No.
You don't want to pull up on a parking lot and say, "Hey, what's your name?" You don't want to deal with that.
Not at all.
No. That's why I suggest you go to Carl Chevrolet off Laurel Labor Road at the Rock and ask for Smokin' Joe Smelter. Because once you kick that tire, once you find the color you want, once you find something that's going to make everybody in the family happy and meet your needs, it's time to negotiate. And Joe is going to take good care of you. He's going to sit you down, get you a cup of coffee or water. He's going to say, "What can I do for you? What are you looking for? What's your payment comfortability?" And he's going to take all that and he's going to percolate that in his little computer. He's going to have that spit out, and he's going to show you the savings he can do for you at Carl Chevrolet, because he is Smokin' Joe Smelter. Smokin' Joe Smelter, everybody.
He's the man.
Look for the palm trees. He'll save you money. He'll save you time. He'll take you for a ride. It's on his dime. He's going to make sure you get the deal that you want. And if it doesn't work out that way, well, you didn't go to see Carl Chevrolet.
He's the man.
Yeah, Smoking Joe Smeltzer, everybody. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Bada bing,
I couldn't think of a rhyme for want. Want. Bunt? Hunt? Hunt? Oh, that would have worked. Want now, want and hunt don't rhyme.
Maybe like just spread out the vowels a little bit. Haunt, like haunting, maybe? Haunt? Yeah.
Nah, that don't rhyme.
Want?
Yeah.
I love how you couldn't get comfortability, but you got percolate just fine.
Yeah, percolate. Percolate worked well in that. He percolated it in his computer.
You brought up a big word.
Percolate. I wasn't lugubrious on that one.
There you go.
Depression, or folks just looking for a new direction of life. If you find yourself struggling and are looking for someone to help you find answers to a better relationship, a marriage, or just helping with everyday stress, please consider calling me at New Life. We offer a family-friendly, straightforward approach to helping you to get through the layers of stress that can be harmful to your health, relationships, and your work. The staff at New Life offer one-on-one sessions that get right to the heart of the matter. We work with you so you can discover better choices on how to handle the
Buck
issues
Talk Radio is still going strong on demand.
I'm a poet and didn't know it, right? Do what?
Buck Talk Radio is still going strong on the demand thing.
What is it?
Put up the new, another episode.
We got numbers?
I haven't checked numbers.
Well, then how do you know it's going strong?
Because it's playing.
Well, that doesn't mean it's going strong.
It does. It's there. It's not
Hey,
messed
Outdoors
up.
Dan here. How many times have you had to quit hunting because your feet got cold or uncomfortable?
A lot.
I have a way to keep your feet feeling great in any weather or outdoor activity.
You know
have
what?
you heard of
You know what
Norlander
really
Sock
hurts
Company?
me?
What?
I got a pair of socks, and now I can't find the other sock.
Of Norlander?
Yeah, I don't know where in my house it is.
Well, that's wrong. How would you lose a Norlander sock?
I'm right foot dominant now because I can't. I only have my right sock, like one sock, and I always put it on my right foot.
Andrew lost his Norlander sock.
I feel so bad.
Somebody stole his Norlander sock. Somebody felt how soft and comfortable and comforting it is, and they took it.
Took it away.
I suggest you look in the kids' room.
Pure alpaca, pure comfort.
That's what they did. They took your wallet that one time, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They hid it.
They hid his wallet.
And then they forgot about it for 3 months. I thought I left it here. And it turns out it was, they love to put stuff in boxes.
Yep, kids are good for that.
It was in a box. So I had to get a whole new credit card, whole new driver's license, whole new this, that, the other. All that process.
Reduction of in-flight drag. Flex Fletch vanes also
What are you
have the
gonna do?
capability of reshaping
Call
or
Ghost
bounce back after pass-through shots on targets or game. This ensures consistent arrow
Well, this
flight
show went
every
quick.
time. Flex Fletch offers a variety of colors, sizes, and styles for any archer to use in their setup. Whether it's for 3D indoor or hunting, Flex Fletch has the vane for you. To see these great vanes and adhesives like Zing or Flex Bond to get a great seal on your arrow when you fletch, go to your local dealer or flexfletch.com. Flex Fletch, proudly made in the USA,
What's
based
that
out of
look
Minnesota.
Nothing. I need a nap.
At American Family Life Insurance, we know that protecting your family's financial future is a priority, and life insurance
Gosh,
is an easy
I wish I
way
would
to
have
help
had
make that happen.
Jacobs
Feel good knowing you've taken
and
steps to
Adams
protect what
do what they
matters
did
most
this
if you were to
past
pass
week.
away. Plus, life insurance is
Oh, Ricky called me the Thursday night. Should I play the Raiders? I said, I like that Max Crosby. He goes, I don't know. And then they scored 20-something points. I go, yeah, you should have played him.
6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, 244-1350. 244-1350. You call the phone, we'll give you a chance to win a prize, don't you know? Just make sure you have won in the last 30 days, not only on here, but on the other stations, too. Yeah, that didn't rhyme either. Not rhyming today.
Hey,
All right,
okay.
I already told you about the donated deer hides. Hunters are encouraged to discuss hunting plans. 244-1350. Hunters are encouraged to discuss hunting plans, safety after weekend hunting incidents. 50,000 plus hunters enjoying the time in the tender pursuit of legendary whitetails. There were 3 hunting incidents that serve as a reminder for hunters to review safety measures before heading out. 2 separate incidents involved the same issue. Shooting at running deer. Quit shooting at running deer. It's not a good shot. Got a chance of wounding the deer or hurting a hunter. Where deer were running between 2 hunters and 1 hunter was struck by a wayward shot from another one in their party. Another incident involved a self-inflicted injury due to careless handling of a firearm and lack of muzzle control. That's nice. All 3 required medical attention. All 3 were preventable, said Jamie Cook, Hunter Education Coordinator for the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Make sure you shot at what's in front of you, what's in back of you. Just what not only you want to identify your target, but what's beyond your target. They teach that in every hunter safety class in the country. With almost 77,000 deer reported to date, the harvest reporting system, nearly all the 223 deer hunts have occurred without incident. Just those couple, but not good shooting at running deer, folks. You want your deer? Let them shoot them while they're standing, or don't be shooting at them running. I'm a pretty good shot, and I wouldn't shoot at a running deer. I just wouldn't do it. Harness up when we're in the stand. There you go, Justin. That's another thing, too. Wear your safety harnesses. Stay safe as Iowa Lakes freeze over. 244-1350 if you haven't won in the last 30 days. I got a Milo Locker deer certificate and a bucket, a lot of popcorn for you. Recent blast of Arctic air and a growing... where are they getting Arctic air at? It's been in the 50s. I don't even know why I'm reading this. I think that's off a little bit. Maybe up in northern Iowa. 50 degrees. Ice. Ice, baby.
Boom, 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 boom.
We ain't got no ice to say. Can't go out. It's green all day. Do, 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 do. No ice is 100% safe. Ice is usually stronger than old ice. New ice is usually stronger than old. That goes for a lot of things. Don't go out alone. Worst thing should happen. Someone needs to be there for you to help or rescue. Check ice thickness as you go out. 43 here in central Illinois this morning. I'm telling you, Justin, it's ridiculous. Deer seasons. We're going to be able to go back archery hunting Monday. Yep, December 18th through January 10th. Late muzzleloader is going to be December 18th through January 10th. There you go. Want the fishing reports?
Yeah, we do.
How many breaks we got left? 2?
We have 1 more big break.
Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Fishing report brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, Black Hawk Lake. Lake has skim ice through last week. With warmer weather this week, black crappie bite is fair, perch are fair. Try along the Inlet Bridge and Ice House Point. Hayden Heritage Park Lake, rainbow trout bite is good. Big Creek, walleye are fair. Try jiggings, shad imitation plastics, and 12 or less. Fish off the rock and jetties, or the humps that come up to 3 to 6 feet on the surface. Almost sounds like a summer report there, doesn't it? Pleasant Creek, water temperatures in the low 40s. Black crappie bite is slow. Muskie are fair. Walleye are slow. Lake McBride, crappie are fair. Muskies are fair. Walleye are slow. Wiper bite are slow there too. Spirit Lake, most of the lake is ice free. Black crappie bite is good. Minnows and plastics working well. Many nice sized fish have been seen lately. Gills are good. Walleye are good. Yellow perch are good. East Okoboji Lake, crappie are fair. Bluegill are fair. Walleye are fair. Perch are fair. There's your fishing report brought to you by the fine folks at Sportsman's Warehouse, where they have a bunch of ice fishing and other tackle in store ready for you to buy. Go get them. Check them out. All right, let me take this last big break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. I'll take a trivia, 244-1350. Where did I shoot that deer with Skippy? We've mentioned it like 3 times. It's easy. We'll be right back.
Are you into hunting, fishing, camping, or tailgating? If you are, we'd like to introduce you to Arctic Ice. Arctic Ice is a brand new way to keep your game, beverages, and camping supplies cold and fresh wherever your adventure takes you. Arctic Ice Packs are a rugged, ice substitute that maintains low temperature longer than a bag of ice and does not have the slushy mess that can contaminate what's in your
Wise men say only deer run free, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. Every October 1st, I look forward to you. I love sitting in my tree, waiting just for you.
Go check out Arctic Ice Packs today. You can find models of Arctic Ice Packs at Sportsman's Warehouse or at
Come out on your own speed, you get a parody. Outdoor fan parody.
You see his scrape line, but just
I love hunting, fishing. Can't wait to fish again, man. I miss the old jig action.
Well, you have the chance. 50s.
Yeah. I'll be out in the blind probably Tuesday or Thursday. I gotta do Buck Talk Radio on Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, Buck Talk Radio. Nobody's calling for a Milo certificate?
No.
It's $125. Just go get you a deer.
Grilling sauces, coffee, apparel, field staff opportunities, and family. Want to be more successful?
Can't believe it's the end of the year already.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it.
If you love to hunt, join the Pure Whitetail family today.
In these times when a lot of us are working from home, it's even more important to make sure your home is the right temperature and comfortable.
Justin, you got to come and pick it up, buddy. You're in Illinois. I'd mail it if I could. They won't let me mail them. That's the problem with having people listening all over the country. They're not going to drive to Des Moines to win the prize. Now on the app, we can mail it or whatever, but not here. I got restrictions. I got rules. I got metrics. Well, I don't know about metrics.
We got rules.
We got rules.
So if you want more time on the water or in the woods this year, please call the folks at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for any of your home or business heating and cooling needs. One call to Wyckoff Heating and Cooling will bring you.
We're going to do a Valentine's show at Lotta Pop.
I like it.
We're going to celebrate. We're going to do a 60th Outdoors Dam birthday bash at Lotta Pop Popcorn. How about that? Come on out and use my senior discount. 60. I can't believe I'm going to be 60. That's nuts. I feel like I'm 30.
Young 60.
Now there's mornings that I don't wake up. I don't feel 30. It's like, oh, what is that? Oh, my God, what's going on?
And our experts at personally fitting you to the bow you want. They also have a 40-yard indoor range that will help you with getting sighted in. Archery Field and Sports has leagues and personal training sessions available for you.
Well, I know the answer. Can I give it to someone else? Don't look a day over 40. Well, thanks, Justin. That's awesome. That's a lie, but thank you. Yeah. I do. I'd say I look 50.
There you go.
Winter temps call for a winter warm-up, and nothing hits the spot quite like the chicken.
My wife's always saying my hair is white. I don't think it's white. I got black in there. Look at that. Huh?
You're peppered.
Am I peppered? She goes, you're white. Thank you, dear.
Oh my God.
I've earned every gray hair I got.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, we got trivia. We got to do rapid trivia here. 244-1350. If you haven't won anything in the last 30 days on any of the stations, call me, 244-1350. I got my little locker deer certificates. I got a big holiday, beautiful Christmas tin of Lotta Pop popcorn. I even got a... What is this? I even got a $25 gift card to the Olive Tap. Woo, got to give that away. All right, 244-1350. Let's go. Light them up. Easy peasy. Are you going to the dentist, or you need to go to the dentist? Are you afraid of going to the dentist? If any of that criteria shows up in your thought process, I want you not to stress and go to Advanced Family Dentistry. Dr. Scott Obi-Wan Kenobi Iggy is my Jedi dentist. He's a Jedi because he uses the Force to calm me down. He's a Jedi dentist because he's gentle and caring and does a great job. Dr. Brandt, Dr. Stewart, Dr. Williams, all the staff there at Advanced Family Dentistry do wonderful things. That's why they've been voted best dentist practice in Ankeny for several years in a row. They can help you with all your general dentistry care, and they can even help you with the smile you always wanted. Give them a call, 515-964-1490, 515-964-1490, or anytime at ankenysmiles.com. Check them out. 244-1350. Come on. I got, where did I take my deer with Skippy? I'll give you a hint. Why? Now put a state in there. Why? It's the name of a state. Now that's giving the answer away. That's pathetic. I have to do that.
Yeah. Why?
Why
did you have to?
Why?
Do that?
Yeah, I don't know why. What state sounds like why? I don't know. Because I don't want to take it back home. I'd rather give the prize away.
That's true.
Yeah, Herman's Fine Jewelers, talking about giving it away. They're giving us stuff away all the time out there. Prices are so inexpensive. 2900 University in West Des Moines. 222-2600. 222-2600. You're killing me. Justin says you're killing me. What? Justin says, oh. Why, oh? Hey, good morning. Heard you mention Milo Locker. Okay, Randy. 2900 University West Des Moines, Herman's Fine Jewelers. 10,000 diamonds, mountings in stock. In-store jewelry repair, custom jewelry options are available. Go check them out. They've got great holiday stuff going on. Tell Donnie and Frank Outdoors Dan sent you. Always a good time at Herman's Fine Jewelers. All right, the phones are finally lighting up. We had to give it away to get you to call. Who's up?
David.
Let's go say hi to David. Hi, David.
Good morning.
What are you up to?
Oh, just folding laundry right now.
Well, that's a good thing. You got an answer for me?
Have there been other states? Have you had any other states guessed?
Nobody guessed anything yet. You're the first one up.
I'm gonna go with Kansas.
I said why.
Wyoming.
Oh, there you go. Are you going deer hunting still?
I'm probably going to go. I went first shotgun. We'll probably go again for antlerless in down south Wayne County.
Okay.
In January.
Well, I'm gonna give you a Milo Locker certificate. You want the popcorn too?
Sure.
You got it, man. Because you called in. You took the initiative.
I love their popcorn.
Oh,
I was thinking about going up there and buying some today.
Well, you know what? That would be nice of you if you did that. That would help Arlie out, and just say thanks for sponsoring that outdoor guy when you're up there. Will you do that?
Do I just tell the kid to tell
You
myself?
there's usually a couple people in there, but yeah, just tell them thanks for sponsoring the out. Tell Arlie, tell the owner thank you for sponsoring the outdoor call radio.
Yeah, because I go in there. I'd probably go in there once a month.
Yeah, I was just. Oh, I'm telling you, man, Iowa grown popcorn, and it's good.
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah, David, Andrew will call you after the show.
All right, great. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
There you go. All right, I've got a $25 gift card to the Olive Tap. You want it? You got it. 244-1350. 244-1350. What was the name? Just call in and I'll give you a trivia question. How's that? Because I've got nothing else to do. I don't. I got big news, but I'm not going to tell you until Wednesday on Buck Talk Radio because I got to confirm it first. But there's a good chance that something huge is going to be on the show next week. And I'm talking national importance. Yeah, national importance. But I don't want to say it, and then if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to look like an idiot more than normal. And I don't want that. Because my dog's got to respect me. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have the dog's respect.
As long as Raven respects me, I can get through life.
There you go.
I love you, Dad. Yeah, my neighbors probably hate me. He had to go to the bathroom at 2 o'clock in the morning the other night. So he's not. I don't know where he's at. I let him out in the back door on the deck, He's not coming back there. So I go and open the garage door. I go peek out. I don't see him. So he's on the side of the house. So I just start going, as loud as I can. And here he comes. He comes right in. I'm sure my neighbors love me. Justin says sing. I'm not singing, Justin. I only sing when I have to.
No, you don't.
I don't sing all the time.
It's not a bad thing. You do great parody.
I can't sing.
Well,
I'm a horrible singer.
you got people making lots of money who can't sing.
Well, that's true. There is a lot of people making a lot of more money than I'll ever see that can't sing. I agree 100% with that. Yep. Nobody's calling in for the Milo thing? Or the olive tap? That's good. That's good balsamic vinegar and olive oil, man.
I know. Got me some the other day.
Yeah. Well, if you don't call in, I'm going to give it to Andrew.
Woohoo!
Yeah. If you don't want Andrew to have it, you better call. Yeah.
I can almost reach it.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. What's that old guy with the fishing rod? Oh, you almost had it. Buck Talk Radio is national important. Well, this is bigger. This is actually bigger than Buck Talk Radio, Scott. If it happens, crazy bigger. I'm talking million listeners or more. Yeah. So I'll let you know as soon as I know, because I just don't want to have egg on my face more than normal. Yeah, that Outdoors Dan, he's all right. He's just wrong 90% of the time.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
MLB players are 30%.
Well, that's what I told Jenny the other day. I said, do you understand that professional baseball players fail 70% of the time, and by doing that there is success?
And they make millions.
And they make billions.
Yeah.
Did you see what that Okanaka Waka Waki Wada Wada got the other day?
How about Shohei Ohtani?
Whatever. Okay.
Wada Hakalugi.
Yeah. 700 million. Nobody's worth that. The only person worth anything more than $50,000 a year is God. I'm sorry. Everybody, 50 grand. Everybody should be scaled back down. Bring the prices down. Be able to take your kid to the ballpark for $30, including your tickets, hot dogs, and a pop. This stuff's got to turn around.
It's almost going to be $30 just for a hot dog there.
Oh, it's going to be. Who pays for this stuff? We do.
I just go. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's right. I'm sorry. I want everybody to make a good living. It just. And if you make, 75,000 maybe. I'm just saying eggs need to come down, milk needs to come down, everything needs to come down. You should be able to afford to buy a bow, a new rod and reel, some lures. Come on.
Yeah.
If I was ever going to run for president, this would be my pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get back to common sense reality. We need to start looking towards our neighbors. We need to start having accountability. We need to start letting our law enforcement be law enforcement. If you do wrong, you're going to have consequences to it. We need to get our prices down. Everybody should be able to go to the store, buy their groceries for the week, and not stress about paying the rest of their bills every month. We need to go back to affordable energy that's reliable and dependent. We need to make sure that everybody's rights are guaranteed. Nobody gets special treatment. Everybody's the same, equal, and everybody should be looking after their neighbor. We need to get back to that community sense. If you can do that, vote for me. I will do my best to make sure that all these things happen. I just need your help. That would be my pitch running for president. You're my boy, Blue. Yeah, I'm telling you. A boat in every driveway. That's right, a boat in every driveway. There you go. I gotta go. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Stay safe out there. We'll talk to you later. Adios. Gas-powered boat, that is. I agree with you, Rick. I'll get that in my stump speech. All right, I'll see y'all later. Have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Starting Monday, send me those screenshots. We got one more week of the bow contest. I'll see you. See you very soon. Be good, everybody.